Welcome to the notes on solving right triangles. Okay, so what does it mean to solve a triangle? It means we're going to find the missing sides and angles. Okay, so in these problems, they're going to give you some information, but we're not going to have all this. We're not going to have all the information on the sides and the angles. And the things that we're going to use, all right, to do that is we're going to use a lot of trig. All right, we're going to use trig and Pythagorean theorem. I'll just put P-Fags. All right, you guys know that means Pythagorean theorem. All right, so let's take a look at the first example. All right, so there's example one. All right, so we've got two angles and we've got one side. Okay, the first thing I do is if you know two of something, find the third. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find angle B right away since I know two of the three angles. So to find angle B, remember, what do they all add to? All right, angles all add to 180. So I'm just going to take 180 minus 90 minus 40. And when I do that, all right, I'm going to get my answer. That's going to equal, angle B is going to equal 50 degrees. So that's what angle B equals. All right, now to find AB and CB. All right, let's find, it doesn't matter which one we find first. Let's find CB. All right, I'm just going to put a little X here. So what we're going to have to do to find CB, all right, is I'm going to have to use trig. Now this angle, the given angle, I'll use the given angle measurement right here. This becomes my reference angle. This becomes my opposite side. This becomes my adjacent side. So which one involves opposite and adjacent? Remember SOHCAHTOA? So I'm going to use TOA. All right, so now to find AB, all right, here we go. I'm going to say, all right, the tangent of 40 equals, all right, x over 12, opposite over adjacent. How do I solve for that? I'm just going to cross multiply. So when I do that, I'm going to get x equals tan of 40 times 12. When you do this right here, all right, that value is going to end up equaling approximately 10.1. So two ways to go about this, all right? So I'm going to erase this real quick. That's how we find AB. Oops. All right, now that I know that x is 10.1, I can either use Pythagorean theorem because I know two of the three sides, or I can do trig again. For this case, just to practice trig, I know a lot of you guys are going to go leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. But for the sake of trig, let's do this again. All right. So now I want to find y. I'll call that y. All right. I know the adjacent side, and this side right here, y would be our. Oops, if I could just erase this thing. All right. Y is our hypotenuse. So which one involves hypotenuse and adjacent? That would be cosine. So adjacent over hypotenuse. So when I set that up, we're going to say cosine of 40. All right, we're going to go cosine of 40, equals, all right, adjacent, which is 12 over y. Okay, we're going to cross multiply and divide. All right, so we're going to get cos 40y equals 12. Well, then we're going to have to end up dividing by cosine of 40, divided by cosine of 40. And when you do that, you're going to get y equals approximately 15.7. Okay, so that's how you use trig to find those missing pieces. So that's solving right triangles. We found those other three missing parts, the one missing angle, two missing sides. Let's take a look at one more example here so you guys can take a look. All right, so now we need to find AB. We know two of the sides. Let's find the third side. Let's do Pythagorean theorem, all right? So I'm going to call this side x. Well, to find AB, we're simply going to go, hey, here we go, Pythagorean theorem. 10 squared plus 22 squared equals x squared. Remember, leg squared plus leg squared always equals hypotenuse squared. When you do that, you're going to get 100 plus 484 equals x squared. When you take the square root of each side, AB is going to end up equaling approximately 24.2. So now we know this side right here, x is now 24.2. All right, now let's find measure of angle A. Pick A or B. I'm going to go with A. All right, I'm going to make A my reference angle. All right, we're going to try to find angle A. Well, since it's an angle, all right, from angle A, I know the opposite side. The opposite side was given, and the adjacent. So SOHCAHTOA, which one involves opposite and adjacent, that's tan. So for this one, I'm going to say, hey, tan inverse. Since I'm trying to find an angle, I use the inverse. Tan inverse of 22 over 10. And that's going to equal angle A. So angle A is going to equal tan inverse. When you type that into your calculator, you're going to end up with a value of 65.6 degrees. All right, so this now becomes 65.6. We'll then define angle B right here. We know that two of the angles, let's subtract from 180. So 180 minus 90 minus 65.6, and that's going to equal, I'll scroll down here for you, 24.4 degrees. So that is how you solve right triangles, by finding the missing sides and angles. You're going to use a lot of trig, Pythagorean theorem, and remember that rule that all angles of a triangle add up to 180.